Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to the new channel, The Baseball Talk. I'm a huge baseball fan, and this is actually my second attempt with the baseball channel. I had one called Talking Detroit Tigers about a year ago, because Tigers are my number one team, but I pretty much like all teams. I mean, there's a couple that I'm kind of on, but all 30 teams, they do great things, and they do some bad things, and I just like to talk about them. So these videos are mostly going to just be me talking to a camera about baseball stuff. So um, days 1 and 2 of the 2016 winter meetings are over, and while the Tigers haven't done anything like they should, the White Sox, who said they were going to be possibly doing some kind of rebuilding, they made a huge trade today. They traded Chris Sale, not to the Nationals like everybody was suspecting, because the Nationals, the White Sox were talking quite a bit. Chris Sale went to the Red Sox. I don't know why I said it weird like that. The Red Sox. So the Red Sox now are going to have Chris Sale, David Price, 2016 AL Cy Young Rick Porcello. I should say 2013 AL Cy Young David Price. Or no, 2011. It was either 2011 or 2013. Don't know why I remember that. I should remember that, but and then they still have Stephen Wright, who was an All-Star in 2016. He's a knuckleballer. They still have former All-Star Clay Buchholz, if he can stay healthy. They still have Eduardo Rodriguez, Erod, and they also have Elias Roenis Elias. There you go. He was a left-handed starter they acquired from Seattle, but he's mostly pitched out of the bullpen with the Red Sox, but he was actually solid in Seattle. So, Red Sox were really busy today, the second day. They also traded Travis Shaw and a few prospects to Milwaukee for a late-inning reliever who used to be a starter, Tyler Thornburg. And the Red Sox. So, also, with the Chris Sale trade, back to that, they traded Yoan Moncada and a few other of their top prospects to the White Sox, who the White Sox had one of the worst farm systems in baseball. Now, with that, they're probably they'll probably crack the top 20, I would imagine. I believe they were bottom 5. And then the Red Sox also made another deal. Today I have my computer open, just so I remember. Oh, here's some news. The Tampa Bay Rays just signed All-Star catcher Wilson Ramos to a 2-year deal. Now, he tore his ACL, so he's not going to be ready to start the season. He won't be back till about April or May. But if he can show any of the level of production he did in 2016, that will be a great sign for Tampa Bay. Oh yes, I knew the Red Sox did. I had another thing today. They signed Mitch Moreland, the former Texas Ranger first baseman and outfielder, to a 1-year contract to be a platoon DH and first baseman. He's a decent fielder with some power. He's never really hit well. His OBP on base percentage has never been great, but he's been solid when it comes to power and defense. So it's not a bad signing for the Red Sox. And at Fenway Park, he might be able to get up his stock. So the Red Sox might be able to trade him mid-season, even if they are contending, or he's going to get a nice salary bump for the 2018 season. If he performs well, because Fenway Park's so small, he might reach a 30 home run plateau, I'm guessing. So maybe. And then the first day of the meetings, this signing was kind of expected, but the Giants signed Mark Melancon, who's been one of the most dominant closers in baseball over the past few years. He doesn't really get the recognition he deserves, I think. He gets some recognition. He's been an all-star the past few years, but he doesn't get the recognition as like Aroldis Chapman does, or Andrew Miller. I know Andrew Miller's not a closer. He was a little bit, and he can close games, but with Cleveland right now, Cody Allen's the closer. Andrew Miller's the long-inning setup man. But then there's also Kenley Jansen, who's been getting a lot of looks on the market. Kenley Jansen and Aroldis Chapman have actually supposedly received some offers from the Yankees, both of them. They're just rumors right now, so we don't know if that's true. Also, some rumors the Cubs might be close to acquiring Wade Davis. I heard that deal hit a snag though. I'm always on like baseball websites and everything, so I'm always like ahead of stuff, and that's why I love talking about baseball. It's my favorite sport. It's awesome, and I love the winter meeting. So I thought this was a great time to start this channel. And also, another Royals thing I heard, the Royals and A's might be setting up for a Gerard Dyson trade. So that might be interesting because the Royals have so many free agents after the 2017 season, from Dyson and Davis, Hosmer, Moustakas, Kane, Escobar, and I believe that might be it. I think that's it. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. But all those players, free agents after next season, that's a lot. So, and if they do trade away Davis, Kelvin Escobar is going to take over. Kelvin Escobar, really? Kelvin Escobar, or Kelvin Herrera. Why am I getting Kelvin Escobar? Used to be a starting pitcher back in the early mid 2000s. Actually, like 2000, like early 2000s, like 2009. I think he played in his final game. Kept getting injured, so. But Kelvin Herrera would take over, which that's not a bad thing. He's throws 100 miles per hour. He strikes guys out. His control is, but he's decent. He's been an all-star twice, I believe. So, and then, well, that's about it so far. Not too much. A couple other small ones. Like I said, I have the computer in front of me just so I don't forget anything. Oh yeah, Steve Pearce signed a 2-year contract with Toronto. The versatile player. He can play the infield and the outfield. He has power. He can hit for average from time to time. But he has some good power, and he plays most positions on the field. Yeah, Jeff Massis, the catcher who played for Miami, and he's played for the Angels before, signed with the Diamondbacks after they surprisingly non-tendered Wellington Castillo. Oh yeah, those couple of these contracts were finalized. Rich Hill back to the Dodgers, and Carlos Beltran back to the Houston Astros. He played for the Astros in, I believe it was the late 90s. Oh yeah, former Tiger Joaquin Benoit signing a 1-year contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. Joaquin Benoit does not get the recognition he deserves. He's been a very reliable setup man throughout the years. Never been an all-star, but in 2013, I believe it was, when he started becoming the closer for the Tigers, he was dominant. Nobody paid attention to him. And the Tigers made it to the championship series in 2013. And then with San Diego, he was a pretty decent setup man as well to Fernando Rodney, another former Tiger. I know, going back to the Tigers a lot, but like I said, Tigers are my team. But I like all teams. I'm wearing the Astros jersey. I have several other like team apparel. Gonna do like another video on the Tigers eventually, but just wanted to do this this starting video just to get it out there. But let's see if anything new has happened. The meetings are over for the day, of course. Well, you don't know what time I'm filming. It's late at night, but can't wait to see what happens in days 3 and 4, especially 4 because you have the Rule 5 draft. I am a big fan of the Rule 5 draft. I know a lot of people. Okay, nothing new. I know a lot of people don't really care for it, but the past few years, the Rule 5 draft has actually been very successful. Delino DeShields, Odubel Herrera, Matt Bowman, I can never pronounce Joe Biagini. I don't know how to pronounce the name for Toronto, among others. Logan Verrett. Another guy for the Mets that I can't get his name for some reason. But the past few years, the Rule 5 draft has been very successful. So I'm a big fan of it. I think there'll be a lot of teams taking part in it this year. That's why I was kind of hoping the new CBA would expand it from 25 to 26-man roster, because then I believe most, if not all, teams would have taken a player in the Rule 5 draft. But of course, that did not come to fruition. So, but that's kind of this quick summary of days 1 and 2 of the 2016 Winter Meeting. No one signed Edwin Encarnacion yet, so just letting you know. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Just a little starter video. I want to see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, why don't you subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you guys later. Bye.